All right, no, we are not going to learn Japanese in this section, and I don't speak Japanese by any means, but the name of this indicator is Ichimoku Kinko Hyo, and this indicator gauges future price momentum and determines future areas of support and resistance. This indicator is mainly used on JPY or Japanese pairs. Makes sense, right? And you're probably looking at this and thinking, that looks insane. But don't worry, we're going to talk about what each colored line means and how you can apply each of these. So the first line, which is the blue line, is called Kijun Sen. It is also called the standard line or baseline and is calculated by taking the average of the highest high and the lowest low for the past 26 periods. The second line, which is the red line, is called Tenkan Sen. This line is also called the turning line and is calculated by taking the average of the highest high and the lowest low for the past 9 periods. The third line, which is the green line, is called Chikou Span, and this is also called the lagging line. It's just today's closing price plotted 26 periods behind. And finally, the orange and purple lines are called Senkau Span. The first line is calculated by averaging the Tenkan Sen and the Kijun Sen and plotted 26 periods ahead. The second Senkau line is calculated by taking an average of the highest high and lowest low for the past 52 periods and is plotted 26 periods ahead. Of course, you do not need to memorize what all of this means. You just need to know how to use it, right? So how can you trade using Ichimoku Kinko Hyo? Well, let's take a look at Senkau Span or the orange lines first. The top line serves as the first support level, while the bottom line serves as the second support level. If the price is below the Senkau Span, the bottom line forms the first resistance level, while the top line is the second resistance level. So you can see right here, this first orange line is a resistance level, and then we have this top orange line that's kind of a second resistance level. So if it doesn't hit here and it keeps continuing up, then a lot of times it'll hit this second line, and then it'll bounce off of that and continue down. So let's move on to Kijun Sen, or the blue line. It acts as an indicator of future price movement. If the price is higher than the blue line, it could continue to climb higher. If the price is below the blue line, it could keep dropping. So for example, you can see here that price is above the blue line and it keeps continuing higher. Then it crosses over the blue line, and now you can see the market's below the blue line, which means that it could continue lower. Tenkan Sen, or the red line, is an indicator of the market trend. If the red line is moving up or down, it indicates that the market is trending. If it moves horizontally, it signals that the market is ranging. And finally, Chikou Span, or the green line. If this line crosses the price in the bottom up direction, that's a buy signal. If the green line crosses the price from the top down, that's a sell signal. So for example, up here, you can see we have top down. It's crossing over the market from the top down, and this would be a sell signal. And you can see a little bit while later, it would have been a good moment to sell. And based on the other indicators as well, you would have known around here probably to sell. So that's it for indicators. Remember, these indicators are never going to be 100% perfect. And that's why a lot of traders combine multiple indicators to make their analysis even more accurate. They might have 3 different indicators, and they won't trade unless all 3 indicators give them this same signal. Some popular combinations are Bollinger Bands and Stochastic, RSI and MACD, and you can really combine any indicator you want that you've learned about to make a strategy that works well for you. The more of these indicators that match up, the more accurate your trade is going to be. It's not about how much you make, remember, it's how much you can keep. So the more trades that you can win as opposed to lose, the better you're going to do. Okay, we're here back in the market, and we're going to add Ichimoku Kinko Hyo to our MT4 chart. So let's go ahead and go up to Insert and Indicators. We'll go to Trend, and there's Ichimoku Kinko Hyo. Click on that. Tenkan Sen is already at 9. Kijun Sen is at 26, and this is 52. That all looks great. In fact, the colors actually match up with exactly what we just talked about. So I'll go ahead and just click the OK. Yours should default to these, but they may or may not. So I'll click OK. And there you have it. Looks pretty familiar, right? So you can see here we have all the different lines that we talked about. I'm not going to go through these again since we already talked about it, but you can see what the different lines mean and use those to your advantage. And now you know how to add that to your chart. So hopefully this helps you, and we'll see you in the next section.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you join our free Discord channel to get access to all the cheat sheets and a bunch of other cool bonuses. The next video in the course is right here.